Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
Wow, fellas, just wow. What we just saw in real time was the raising of the bar for the relationship standards of the modern day, right? It used to just be you had to be like 6'3", make $100,000 a year, be jacked, have abs and all that. But now, after seeing this incident, and if you made the mistake of going on Twitter like I did after, you'd see all these fatherless Yas Queen bitches saying, I need a man like Will Smith. Now we gotta start hitting people, right? When does it end? Need me a man like Will Smith for real. Need me a man like Will Smith. Keep my name out your fucking mouth. Need a man who will let me have entanglements and defend my honor anywhere, anytime like Will Smith, aka I just want to cheat and get away with it. You could have just said that, right? You don't gotta have to say the words like entanglements. We know what you mean. I need a man like Will Smith, lets me cheat in peace. See, there it is right there. Just come out and say it, you know, we respect that more. And we'll slap a, well, never mind, if need be. Alright fellas, welcome back. I'm gonna assume everybody here has seen what we're gonna be talking about today already. You saw it in the beginning clip, obviously, but I'm gonna assume you also kind of saw unfolding live on the internet last night, maybe on Twitter, on, God forbid, Facebook, or for some reason if you decided to watch the Oscars yourself, which that could personally never be me, but if that's you, then go off. For those unfamiliar, maybe you're international, you're overseas, or you live in a country where no one really gives a fuck about people like this because for some reason in America, you know the deal. We can't stop making stupid people famous over here, but the Oscars is a movie awards show where every year a bunch of rich actors, directors, and people just generally in show business get together and pretty much just blow smoke up each other's asses for 2 hours. It's pretty lame. I think people are starting to catch on to that because if you look at this chart here, it shows the Oscars TV ratings for the last 11 years, and you could see a nice, sweet decline downward. Looking good, you know, looking good. I think most people started waking up to this bullshit at the 2014 show. I mean, you could see that's the peak on this chart. That also happened to be the year that Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated for Wolf of Wall Street, but did not win. And right then and there, like, I knew I was done after that. I was like, all right, this is just bullshit. I'm probably never watching this again. And I haven't. So when this incident happened, Chris Rock makes a joke about Will Smith's wife. Will Smith gets pissed off, gets up, and smacks him right across his face. A lot of people thought it was fake, thought it was staged, thought maybe it was a way to generate buzz about the show and try to get some of those glory days back because you used to have 40 million viewers and now you have less than 10. Maybe stop nominating dog shit movies and people would come back to watch. You know, this isn't hard. You wouldn't have to do something like this, but here's why people thought it was fake. So, if you watch the way he walks up to him in slow-mo here, it does look a little bit suspect. Like, Chris Rock is just standing there with his arms behind his back, and he's almost kind of putting his face out to him as if he's presenting himself to get hit or something. There was also something about this camera angle that just looks a little bit off. Like, it's almost like watching the WWE when they're getting kicked and shit and the camera keeps changing, keeps going to the more convenient angles to try to conceal things. It kind of looks like that. Now, this picture also emerged here, and somebody took the time to label all of the suspect things about this. So I don't know where this angle was from. I didn't see an actual video from this angle, but here's this photo here. Chris Rock is making eye contact. The point of contact is labeled, and it says sissy smack. Now, this doesn't look like a huge windup. And again, from the other angle, you really can't tell. Says weak throw, no attempt to block. I already pointed that out. And then leaning in with neck tucked. So it wasn't super fake looking, but there were definitely some things about it that might raise some eyebrows. I think it's also just such a shocking thing that a lot of people don't want to believe that it was actually real and would just rather believe that it was staged. But another thing about it, this one is probably the biggest indicator to me that it might be fake. It might be fake. Why, right after he gets hit, are both of these motherfuckers smiling in this picture here? Like, it just kind of looks like they're like, yeah, we did it. You know, we pulled it off. I don't know. What do you fellas think? Like, it's pretty divided. I've seen both sides out on the internet. I'm just going to go ahead and assume it's real for the rest of the video. There was also this article that talked about how the LAPD got involved. So it says, in terms of the law, Smith could be in the clear. The LAPD told the Post in a statement that it is aware of the incident. LAPD investigative entities are aware of an incident between two individuals during the Academy Awards program. The incident involved one individual slapping another. The individual involved has declined to file a police report. If the involved party desires to file a police report at a later date, LAPD will be available to complete an investigative report. So is that more evidence that it's real, more evidence that it's fake? I don't know. It could go both ways, because if it's fake, of course you're not going to press charges. If it's real, then of course the police are involved in some aspect or another. So now there's a new update here. Will Smith came out and issued an apology on Instagram shortly before I started recording this video. So this is brand new, hot off the press right here. It says, violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke at Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. Yeah, it's a real lovely and kind world, guys, right? Just ask this guy right here. The most lovely, kind world you could ever imagine. It goes on to say, I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. This is a pretty good apology, I think. Way better than like James Charles or T. Martin, right? I think it's good that he owned up to the fact that he was in the wrong. Like, I do believe that this was not the right move in this scenario. There's a lot of other things that could have happened. And a lot of you fellas on Twitter have been asking me, like, what do I think about this? Am I going to talk about this? Give my opinion on it in the video. So here you go. If I was in this scenario and somebody cracked a joke about my wife, a friend, right? Because they are friends in real life. So let's just say one of the guys made a comment about Mrs. Food in front of everybody. If she was visibly upset, I think the right thing to do is just take him off to the side and be like, yo, that wasn't cool, and I want you to apologize to her right now. Depending on the reaction to that, then we'll see what happens from there. But you gotta at least start there. You can't just go around hitting people, dude. Come on. And these dudes are in their 50s, too. It's not like they're kids. I could understand, you know, when I was 18, 19, 20, you got something to prove, right? You just want to fuck everyone up. But as a grown, functioning, normal adult in the world, like, nah, I don't fuck with this. I don't fuck with just going around hitting people. That should be last resort, if anything. Now, if Chris was going on and on about Jada and was relentlessly just roasting her over and over again, and maybe she was in tears or something like that, and just wouldn't stop and was clearly taking it too far, then sure, I could maybe see like, all right, you're just gonna have to shut this dude up at this point. But I don't think the response was really warranted in the scenario, even though I do gotta say, I am not a fan of picking on people's appearance. And I think you guys know that, right? We roast a lot of people on this channel, and I usually, actually really almost always stay away from people's appearance if they can't control it, right? So the comment was about Jada's hair loss. Obviously that's something that she has no control over, but you know, if somebody has some shitty drip or something, then we can roast them for that. But as far as health conditions, height, disabilities, you know, you can't go there. All right, we gotta be better than that. So overall, my take on this is bad joke, worse response. I think that's a good way to sum it up. Now, there are also a lot of people, a real lot of people, commenting on Will and Jada's marriage. Obviously, I think everybody knows, like, they have a pretty messed up marriage. Lots of cheating, infidelity. I know they either have or had an open relationship at one point. They're into some weird things. I can't relate to that at all. And a lot of people were making jokes like, oh, Will Smith will punch a guy for roasting his wife, but not a guy that fucks his wife. Once once again, just like kind of what I said in the beginning of the video, I really don't give a fuck about these people. Like, I saw this here, like someone took the time to write this, all right? Really think about that. It says, Will Smith at this point is completely broken. He's not the bad guy. Jada's pulling all the strings. She broke down his masculinity on television during a talk about why she cheated on him. Her excuse was, if he loved me enough, he would have known. I think that Will wholeheartedly did not care about the joke Chris Rock made at the Oscars, but Jada looks over at Will once the camera pans away as if to say, if you don't stand up for me, this is why I cheated. Keep toxic women out of your life because it can turn nice dudes into monsters. So yeah, again, I'm not even gonna go down this rabbit hole of like these red pill people trying to defend shit. Like it just has nothing to do with what happened. So I really don't find it to be a valid argument, but I will say it was very, very funny watching SJWs get mad on Twitter saying that people were slut shaming Jada. That was great. Well, fellas, that is about enough goddamn internet for today. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm curious to know. You know, I don't think I've ever talked about a topic like this on the channel, but this was by far the most requested thing on Twitter when I tweeted Monday. Like, everyone was just replying to me and tweeting me, DMing and saying, yo, you gonna talk about this or what? We want a video. So, curious to get your thoughts. I will be reading the comments as always. If you guys enjoyed the video, then do not forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome, amazing videos just like this. Turn on your goddamn notifications so that you can be a part of the buzz every single time a new video goes live. Special thank you to my channel members as always for your extra support. You guys are the true MVPs and I could not be doing this without you. Check out Defy merch down below. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and my second channel. Links to everything is in the description. I will see you dudes in the next video. Love you, bye. Stay safe, fellas. For real.